South Africa's High Court halts arms exports to Myanmar amid human rights concerns. By Satori News. In a landmark ruling, the South Africa's High Court in Pretoria ordered the suspension and comprehensive review of arms export permits to Myanmar. This significant decision came following a plea by the Southern Africa Litigation Center, SALC, and Lawyers for Human Rights. Both organizations welcomed the verdict that poised South Africa as a leader in advocating for a responsible and ethical arms trade regime. For years, Myanmar has been under the global spotlight for its human rights abuses, particularly against the Rohingya Muslim minority. In a violent crackdown in 2016 and 2017, Myanmar's military conducted operations that led to allegations of genocide and forced over 700,000 Rohingyas to flee to Bangladesh. These events have triggered a UN court investigation into the alleged genocide. The High Court's judgment addresses the controversial aspect of South Africa's dealing with countries with questionable human rights records. Between 2017 and 2021, statistics revealed by the SALC show that South Africa had exported arms worth R215.7 million to Myanmar. However, these exports were brought to a halt in 2021 following a military coup in Myanmar that disrupted the country's move toward democracy. The court specifically nullified permits granted by the National Conventional Arms Control Committee, NCACC, a body responsible for regulating South Africa's arms trades to entities in Myanmar. Moreover, the NCAC is now mandated to suspend, scrutinize, and contemplate the potential revocation of arms export licenses to governments that have ascended to power through coups or those under suspicion of crimes against humanity, war crimes, or genocide. Attila Kisla from SALB underscored the ruling's prominence in establishing a foundation for a more accountable armament trade structure in South Africa. Not only does this ruling project South Africa in a positive light internationally, but it also echoes the country's commitment to human rights and the rule of law. This decision is anticipated to have far-reaching implications for South African arms trade policies. It also puts pressure on the NCAC to enforce more rigorous analyses of potential export destinations, potentially reshaping the country's international trade relations with regard to defense and military equipment. Human rights organizations and the international community are observing closely to see the implementation of this court order, as it sets a benchmark for ethical governance and respect for human rights in global arms trade. Thank you for choosing Satori News.